First, a quick review of exponents and division. If a variable is being divided by the same variable, then the quotient can be found by subtracting the exponent in the denominator from the exponent in the numerator. So for example, the variable x can only be divided by x. When we do so, you take the exponent in the numerator and subtract the exponent in the denominator, giving you x to the 8 minus 3. And 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. If you had multiple variables, you only divide a variable by the same variable. So x to the 5th, y to the 8th, divided by x squared, y to the 4th, is equal to x to the 5 minus 2, which is equal to x to the 3rd. And y to the 8 divided by y to the 4th is equal to y to the 8 minus 4. And that would be equal to 4. So you divide coefficients by coefficients, and you divide variables by their like variables by subtracting the exponents in the denominator from the exponents in the numerator. Now, if you are dividing a polynomial by a monomial, then the quotient can be found by dividing each term in the numerator by the denominator. So for example, 8x cubed y plus 6xy plus y divided by 2xy would be equal to 4x squared plus 3 plus 1 over 2x. How do we do this? Well, let's take a look at this a little bit closer. Step 1, divide each term in the numerator by the term in the denominator. So 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. X to the 3rd divided by x is equal to 3 minus 1, which is x squared. And then y divided by y is 1. So those cancel each other out. So when we divide the first term, we get 4x squared. Now the second term, 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. X divided by x is 1, so that cancels out. And y divided by y is equal to 1, so that cancels out. So we get 3 as the second term in our answer. Here, since there's no coefficient shown, the coefficient would be 1. 1 times y is just y. So 1 divided by 2 is 1/2. There's no x in the numerator, but there's an x in the denominator, so that stays. And then we have y divided by y, which is equal to 1, so those cancel each other out. So the quotient would be equal to 4x squared plus 3 plus 1 over 2x. And although this term would not be allowed in a polynomial, this is the answer to this quotient. So it is allowed to be a part of our answer. So don't let this throw you off. Let's now have you try a few practice questions. Question number 1. Find the quotient of 12x squared plus 9x plus 1 over 3x. Question number 2. Find the quotient of negative 8x cubed y squared plus 16x squared y minus 2xy divided by 4x y squared. And question number 3. Find the quotient of 20xyz cubed plus 14xy squared plus 6xyz divided by 2xz squared. Pause the video, answer these questions, and then press play when you are ready to begin. Question number 1, we had 12x squared plus 9x plus 1 divided by 3x. So step 1, divide each term in the numerator by the term in the denominator, giving us 12 divided by 3, which is 4. X squared divided by x gives us x. 2 minus 1 would be 1. Then we go to the next term. 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. X divided by x is equal to 1, so that cancels out. And then we have 1 over 3x. So the quotient of 12x squared plus 9x plus 1 divided by 3x is equal to 4x plus 3 plus 1 over 3x. Question number 2. We're asked to find negative 8x cubed y squared plus 16x squared y minus 2xy divided by 4xy squared. Step 1, divide each term in the numerator by the term in the denominator, giving us negative 8 divided by 4, which is negative 2. X cubed divided by x is equal to x squared. 3 minus 1 is 2. Then we have y squared divided by y squared, which is equal to 1. So those cancel each other out. Then we go to the next term in the numerator. 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. X squared divided by x is equal to x. Y divided by y squared would give us y to the negative 1. 1 minus 2 would be negative 1. Y to the negative 1 is equivalent to y to the positive 1 in the denominator. So we get 4x over y. And then we have negative 2xy divided by 4xy squared, giving us negative 2 divided by 4 is negative 1/2. X divided by x cancel each other out. And y to the 1 divided by y to the 2 is equal to y to the negative 1, which is equal to y to the positive 1 in the denominator. So the quotient is equal to negative 2x squared plus 4x over y minus 1 over 2y. In question number 3, 20xyz cubed plus 14xy squared plus 6xyz divided by 2xz squared. Step 1, divide each term in the numerator by the term in the denominator, giving us 20 divided by 2, which is 10. X divided by x is 1, so let's cancel each other out. There is no y in the denominator, so we keep our y. And z to the third divided by z to the second is equal to z. Then we have 14 divided by 2, which is 7. X divided by x is 1, so let's cancel each other out. And y squared is not being divided by another y, so we keep our y squared. And we don't have a z in the numerator, but we have a z squared in the denominator, so we keep z squared in the denominator. Then we have 6xyz divided by 2xz squared, giving us 6 divided by 2, which is 3. X divided by x is 1, so let's cancel each other out. We keep our y from the numerator since it's not being divided by another y. And z divided by z squared gives us z to the negative 1, which is equal to z to the positive 1 in the denominator. So the quotient is equal to 10yz plus 7y squared over z squared plus 3y over z.